Hello again, picking up from last week. Okay, sort of getting ready for the bathroom to be ripped out. Change of plan. Builder came, told him the plans, and he said it won't quite work because there'll be too much of the bath in there and not a lot of room to get in. I'm doing mucky work today. So I've just been pulling things out, pulled out the chair that was in there and taken down the curtain rail, and I'm going to try and work out how to take down this. Just a second. Oh, not quite sure. I think maybe just unscrew that. We'll give it a go. I think. Is that just unscrewing or just going round and round? Oh no, it's unscrewing. Okay, I might need 2 hands for this. That was easy, just unscrewed. That's it. All this is polystyrene. All these have got to come down. What a mess. It's like a thick plastery concrete, not a glue. It's solid, so I don't know how I'm going to get that off. It might have to be completely re-skimmed. I'll have to see what the builder says. But in the meantime, I want to do this because it'll save an awful lot of time for the builder, for him to be getting on with the rest of the job. So I'll do as much as I can do. I'll get back to you in a minute. If anybody's got Sunday dinner going on, can you save me a plateful? I've been hankering after a Sunday dinner.
One thing, I can use that as the right length to cut the new shelving.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's tight. There were joiners back then. No, I'll show you, look. If you stick your hand under the shelf, just your hand, you feel that?
Oh yeah, sticky.
That's not gonna, it's easier, better, make a nice job to take the shells out. If you want it right, you want it right. I can use them supports though. Floorboards. Right, let's have a look. God, they're absolutely right length. Tight, really. So I'll use these as the supports, what they're originally in, because they're okay, they're good. I don't need to mess about with that. Yeah, and I'm using this, look, which is an offcut from that wet top we got for them other shelves. I might probably just get the one good shelf out of it, but maybe a bit better. There you go then. I'll have a look.
Loads of little jobs to do today. So got some of that, and I'm going to fill these ready for painting. And I've got some other fill bits to do in the bedroom as well. The bathroom ceiling, I think I'm going to wait for the builder and see what he says about whether we should just replace the ceiling completely, or I'll just let him, we'll just ask him, see what he thinks. I don't know. I just know that it's a pain in the bum. Same again in here, it's just the little tiny bits that I need to find and fill again. Some bits down here and there. Just go all round really, looking for little gaps, make it as smooth as we can.
So just a quick update. Rob, the builder, he's skimming today, as you can see. Gone right to the flow with that, which I'm really pleased about. Over there he's got his angle bead on, thin skin bead, and he's skimming down there, which is good. You have to put a bead or something on here, but he has said he'll do it today. It's Monday, new week, Monday. Now, when Rob's finished, we can then get back into this room, which this room will be the kitchen. And we'll give it all a really good clean, and then we're going to move the sofas and the television out of what is the front room, living room if you like. So sofas, everything we can out of here that doesn't belong in here. That little table, that might just go upstairs. Getting this room empty-ish so that we can start on this room. That won't be for a few weeks. But at least we'll for once have a room that the only stuff that should be in here will be the materials, decorating, etc. that we'll need to do the room. So that'll be good. There's Willow. Hello. Looking a little bit fed up. But anyway, that's the quick update. Door's back on the loo, on the toilet. Good clean needed again. But that's no hardship, is it? So a couple of days we'll be living, eating, working in these two rooms. Good.
It's Wednesday. Right, okay, so got the light, as you know, got the new kitchen light. So my little job is, can you just see that little bit where the old light was, is to sand that down, fill it and sand it again. So I've done that side, which is looking pretty tidy. I've got to let that dry and then sand it, and then it'll be ready for a bit of paint. In other news, look where we've moved into. So Mike gave it a builder's clean yesterday. It still needs another clean. The floor has been mopped quite a few times and needs mopping again. Willow. You chilling? You comfy? Yeah. So yeah, we moved into here for now. The other room where we were in the living room, that's gonna start getting stripped and cleaned now and start getting ready to do that room, or at least start it. But it'll also be a room for storage for when things like, oh, that's the door, hang on. Just the postman. So yeah, I've lost complete track where I am. But anyway, I'm going to crack on and finish that because Mike's trying to get on as well.
You're on camera, what are you doing?
I'm going to, I'm just getting these ready for varnishing. Allegedly.
That's what you are doing.
Just making sure they're completely dust free and everything.
Good.
Getting rid of a little bit of splashes of plaster and paint in there.
There she is. So she put the first coat on this one, them two shelves. We're doing the underneath of them as well. Got to put the front battens on or lats just to hide the lights, but they're arriving hopefully today. Taking a bit of doing because of course I put the lats on this side, the fronts of them, but they weren't very good, so I've taken them off and Cheryl's just getting a bit of the glue off. So a bit of a job changed. It's turned into a bit of a job, hasn't it?
Not really, I think you've done a fantastic job.
And then the other decision we made is that Cheryl's going to pick out the paper for these alcoves, and that's all we were going to do. But we've now decided to do the chimney breast and the alcoves in a patterned paper. So that'll look good. Hopefully the paint for the 1980s notice board will come today. That'll change the look of that completely. So that grey wants doing again. Cheryl's going to do that. She'll paint this notice board area. I've got all that to do. I've got to take that apart. It's hiding a demolished fireplace at the moment, but I'll take that off and tidy that up, ready to fit the kitchen. One thing we've sort of battled with, I suppose you'd say, is do we take this laminate up? And the short answer is yes. Yeah. So we will show you when we do that, but that's actually going to take quite a bit of doing. It sat on plywood, and I think the plywood's going to come up a bit easier than the laminate. So it's all got to come up, and then brand new ply put down, ready for the lino once the kitchen's fitted, isn't it? Got your kitchen to order?
Yeah.
But not yet. We've the bathroom, just to update you on that, the bathroom, the fitting on that will start in 2 or 3 weeks' time, which really means that this week we must order the bathroom, get that all here, ready for the plumbers, fitters, etc. Good. Well, we're getting on, as you can see. We managed to move the sofa, which I think Cheryl's shown you this morning. I'm going to order a skip. In fact, I'm going to do it now. That's I think it'll be our 3rd skip, won't it?
Yeah, skip number 3, please.
Yeah.
And just to mention, the skip company actually do all of the recycling for you. I know on one of the videos with the skip you mentioned that the cardboard should be put with the blue bin, but the skip company do the recycling for us, so don't worry, we're not being environmentally friendly.
No, and also there was 100 quite large cardboard boxes, and the recycling company, the council, wouldn't have taken those.
No.
So it is being recycled. Yeah, good. Okay then, we will carry on decorating. So my job for this morning, it's only about 7:30 in the morning. Cheryl's taking the Willow for a walk. But my job this morning is to do the best I can about filling in where the electric cables are, running to them lights, which I've started, and then put some emulsion onto this new plaster that Rob, our builder's done a good job. So I'm sealing the new plaster really just with some cheapish emulsion. So I'm sealing it. I don't know whether I'm going to put some lining paper on. There are some areas where I know towels are going to go, you know, ceramic towels for the kitchen. But nevertheless, I'm putting a sealing coat on, just seal the plaster. You can get sealant additives or sealing solutions that will seal plaster. We don't have enough to warrant buying it. I've no doubt it's about the same price as emulsion. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'll see what the finish is like. But to be honest, looking at it while I'm putting this on, the plaster's good enough, smooth enough that is, for me not to need to put lining paper on. So I'm really pleased with that. So obviously a thanks to Rob. That wouldn't have been easy where he's had to feather plaster in and such like, because these walls are not straight of course. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'll get that emulsion on and then figure out what my next job's going to be today. Okay. So as you can maybe see, I've got the face coat on just to seal this plaster. I've just put it on with a wide 4-inch brush, so it's obviously don't look brilliant, but I'm just sealing the plaster, as I say. One thing, when it comes to edges like that, so where two materials meet or, you know, cove in, architrave, that sort of thing, I tend to paint or emulsion before I fill, and that's only because the filler seems to, hope I don't like that, seems to take better, it sticks better to the surfaces if, you know, I paint the surfaces first where the gap might be. So what I'm going to do next, I'll just let that dry and then I'll put a roller finish on it. I have to do a bit of masking around where Cheryl's doing the shelving. She's varnishing them. So I'll put some on with a roller, get it a bit better finish, and that'll do for the sealant coat.
Good morning, you lovely lot. It's Thursday. I have got a busy morning, but with students and work, but I just wanted to talk you through some wallpaper samples for the kitchen because they've arrived this morning. So we'll go and have a look. So I could have got 4 samples in all in the same pack, but there was only 3 that I came across that I really liked. So I want your opinions on them. I think one of them already I think is a little bit too in your face. But here they are. I might have to, no, I won't turn the lights on because they strobe, or for the camera, they don't strobe in real life, but the camera makes them strobe. So these are the 3, and they're from Jane Clayton, are these samples. So these samples come for free, but you pay for postage, which is £2.50, which is why I thought, well, I might as well get 4, but I just couldn't find a 4th one that I liked. And so these are, that one is Clark & Clark Bracken Forest. That is what I was really wanting, willow bough. Is it willow or willows? It's not because it's got willows, it's because it's a William Morris type, and I love William Morris, really do. Willow's bough mineral. Does different colours. And I wanted green, but the green one has a real strong gold vine, and I just didn't like it at all. So that one's more of it's almost grey blue. So I don't know if it's a bit cold, but I do still like the pattern. And there was a natural one, and you could barely see it, so I wasn't keen on that. So that one is, again, it's Clark & Clark. Clark & Clark, they do all of the William Morris designs, but without the price tag. So if you go for William Morris, you're looking at £80 per roll for the real William Morris. If you go with Clark & Clark, which is still really good quality paper, these are £33. So it's a huge difference. And then this one, I like this. Is this Clark & Clark as well, I think? No, this is a different one. So it's called Nocturne. I don't know who these are, Swedish, but I spotted that one. And again, that does come in different colours, but I like the green. And I really fancied having green in the kitchen. Mike's just turned up, so I'm going to see what he thinks. So just pop them the right way again. But please, comments on these, because I think I don't want to make a mistake, because they're going to go across this wall, that wall, and the other wall as well, so it'll be all across this wall. So it needs to be right. What do you think? It's just I was in my head, I thought I'd like willow bough green.
Yeah, just so you're not pointing at the same picture, you see.
Yeah.
To you, not to me. Spin it round on yourself. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. And that's it.
Honestly.
I know. Well, you've got to get these technical details. I don't know.
He doesn't know. Don't.
What the only thing, the reason I say I don't know is, mind you, I keep saying you're having a quite technical, not technical, modern kitchen, and you say no, it's this shaker style
farmhouse style kitchen.
Farmhouse.
I'm not going for modern.
Well, then so remembering, I'm colourblind and all the rest of it, but I can see it's blue greys, the middle one.
Okay.
That would be my thoughts.
Okay. Comments, please. Right, I better get to work.
I mentioned earlier, but I don't know if it recorded, so I'm just going to do it again. This elastic band around my head is to keep my glasses on, to keep falling off. All high-tech specialist equipment.
Is it opticians on Monday?
Yeah. So what I've done is, this was the fresh plaster that Rob, our builder, put on. It's nice. And two things really. First of all, I wanted to seal the new plaster. You can get specialist sealants for it, but cheap emulsion, white emulsion, I think's good enough. So I've brushed the first coat on white, then I've rolled up the second one on just to get a bit flatter, and that'll seal it. And then the other thing I was mentioning, if you look up here, look, I'll show you this. So you can see there's a gap there, there's gaps down these edges and across the top. So what I tend to do, and you're bound to get it by the way, it just needs caulking or filling. So what I tend to do is run some in paint or emulsion, then I would fill it. Because if you don't, then the filler that you put in, I don't think sticks as well. That's my thoughts on it. The other thing that people have been asking is, where do you get your energy from? Well, I've always done my own DIY. We did have a period in our lives, me and Cheryl, where we had money, and we spent about £20,000 on decorators, didn't we?
Yeah.
In decorators in. But as we get older, we have to obviously be more careful. So that's where that comes from. We bring electricians in, plumbers, and builders like Rob where we need to. But everything else, of course, we'll try and do ourselves. So the energy comes from the need. We've got to do it.
Yeah.
Which is why I've got elastic band around my glasses. I paid a lot for these glasses, they're rubbish.
£700.
And it just fall off. But at the time what I said was, I want some glasses, like sports glasses, because I've got a lot of DIY to do. And they need to be tough and stay on my head. Anyway, these are what we chose. So I think that's where I'm up to. I finished that. Now it's a lovely day, and I don't know whether to go outside and finish my steps or carry on in here and sort this out. What I've got to do here, and if Cheryl's filming later you'll see, I've got to take the top off, and I've got too much insulation wool in it, so it's bored a little bit, so I've got to take that out so it goes flat back to the wall. That's one of the jobs I've got to do, and I'm going to try and get that done today. So yeah, I've started filling round shelves over here, and this is drying, so I can scrape this off soon. I'll have to protect these and get that ready for Cheryl to put second and third coats on there. They won't need any more than that. Nothing wet is going on, and they're just shelving for fancy goods, aren't they?
Pretty things.
Pretty things, as Cheryl says.
Yeah.
And then I've bought some timber, which is for, back here, if you would, goes on the front of these to hide these lights. So I did have some on, but it wasn't suitable, so I've taken it off. And I've bought some that's nearly 3 inch in old money, about 70 mil, I think you would say, those who are younger than me, which is most people watching, I guess, but anyway. So that's where we're up to.
One of my students has just cancelled, so it's given me a 10-minute break. So just a quick chat. The bed skip's just turned up as well. I don't know how long we're going to have that one for, but it'll come in useful. So yes, what I wanted to mention, because you comment a lot that you're a little bit superhuman. No, we're not. What you see in the videos is about 40 to 60 minutes of our whole week, so you get the best bits. What you don't get is the bits where we're absolutely tired, or I get overwhelmed, or Mike gets poorly. And this week Mike had some poorly days early on in the week, and things have got a little bit too much. I think I've been trying to work. I work full time, and the banging and the door slamming and the banging and the saw, and Mike had it outside, and the builder downstairs and the plumber downstairs, and it's all been a lot. So there are days where we don't film at all and we're just not up for it, and then when it all stops, we're so tired that we just need quiet. So obviously you don't get it all. You don't get all the juicy details. Yeah, Mike has been poorly. So with Mike, he's on a lot of medication, and that does help. So he'll have his highs, particularly in the morning. If he's slept well, then he can crack on and get things done. What you won't see is when his sugar levels suddenly take a nosedive and he has hyper, and then that wipes him out for the rest of the day. And other times his tremor can become almost out of control. If you imagine that your whole body is in an earthquake and you're trying to do normal things in that earthquake, like have a cup of tea, it's not good. So you will see him shake sometimes. That's just manageable, not comfortable, but he does it. And then other times we won't show when it is out of control, and I do need to help him a lot. I will say I'm not always there. So sometimes he puts the camera on a tripod, so you'll see him struggling. If you're thinking to yourself, why is she stood there watching him struggle? I'm not. I'm, half the time, or a lot of the time, I'm not there, I'm working. And other times he will want to do it. He'll want to do it himself. And after all, he's 66 years old, 66 this year. So if he wants to do something for himself, he wants to do it, and that's the end of it. And, that's a thing for, your own self-esteem. With his shed, he wanted to build the shed himself. It was his shed. And I did help a little bit, but only when asked, because you don't interrupt a man's shed and the way he builds it and the way he wants to build it, and that's fine. And so what else have we been going on with this week? I've had a dilemma with a bathroom. So I didn't want the design of the bathroom, I did want an open plan bathroom. I'm not against having the toilet in the bathroom. I think having them separate is actually quite useful, but I want a nice bathroom. But I also, the way I designed it, I wanted a cupboard, and I wanted to keep some of the landing as it is. I want to keep the landing as it is. So there's not a lot left. And as it is, when you walk up the stairs, it feels a little bit closed in. And I felt that if there was a door right at the top of the stairs to the right going into the bathroom, it just didn't feel right. I didn't like it. And the builder had come and he'd had a look with Mike about the bathroom and looked at my design and said, well, yeah, but access to the bath will be here. You wouldn't be able to, you'd have to be in the bath to turn the shower on unless you do this, that and the other. The taps would be there unless this, that and the other, because I've already chosen my bath. So I got to the point where I thought, leave it. Because with my idea of having a cupboard as well, I really like the idea of having a cupboard. So in the end I was thinking, oh, leave the toilet where it is, leave the bathroom where it is, and we'll just upgrade the bathroom, put a new toilet in and be done with it. And then I had a good think about it and I thought, no, I want it how I want it. So I spoke it over with Mike. I'm going to have to choose a different bath because the taps will have to be in the middle of the bath now. You can't put them at the end of the bath, because if you want to run a bath, you'd have to climb into the bath to turn the taps on if they're at the end. And the same with the shower. The shower will be the end of the bath. And I think it'll be great that it's enclosed and that it's in like its own little enclosure, because it'll all be tiled. I won't need a glass shower screen. I hate them. They're awful. You use it once and it's streaky and it's covered in soap and limescale, and we're in a really hard water area. I don't want a glass shower screen. So I really like my idea, but the shower will be at the end, but the controls will be on the side so that you can turn on the shower and then get in the shower. So it's just so long-winded. But anyway, that's the idea for my bathroom. So just means that I've got to choose a different bath, and the taps will have to be in the middle and the controls will be away from the shower. They'll be on the side. Not an issue, can be done. Just that I have to go back to the drawing board with a bath. I don't think it'd be too difficult. If I can't have the deep bath that I wanted, it doesn't matter. I'd rather have the bathroom design and get my cupboard. I've picked the tiles. So I know what tiles I'm having. Just need to measure up so I know how many to get, how many to order. So that's a relief. And I'm getting them from Wix. And they're kind of a marbly shade, not deep marble, but a little bit, tiny bit of marbly look. And I haven't chosen my bathroom light yet, but I do think I know which type I want. Just a normal flush light. Don't want spotlights. I've never been a fan of those. I don't know why, because there's nothing wrong with them. I just don't like them. I don't know. What else? The notice board. We've all started calling it the notice board in the kitchen. So it was supposed to be a place for a chalkboard and my spice racks, or my little shelving racks, and it's become a notice board. I can't get that. I mean, that was my fault. I'm the one who started that. So it's been what has it been? A hospital notice board, a school notice board, and my version is the social club notice board. That's getting painted in the same colour as the walls. I've gone for timeless. So that's getting painted. If the paint arrives this week, I'll finish that and we'll see what that looks like. I do think it'll look better once the chalkboard looks like a chalkboard, and and my shelvings are up and I've got my pretty things on there. And it will build because I'll have photos of my friends in there as well. And I want Polaroid ones. So I need to get myself a little Polaroid camera. I was thinking one of my friends in Scarborough, the very first one to have a birthday coming up, and I know who that is. I was thinking, selfishly, that might be a present. I'll get her a Polaroid camera because then she's in Scarborough every day and she can be taking snaps of everybody and their dogs and all my friends, and then pop them all in the post to me. Be a lot easier. So I'll just say, happy birthday, it's for me. She won't mind. So that's my idea on that one. Right, I better crack on because my next call will be popping up soon. I'll be doing some more recording today to make up for us not doing much recording so far because we've just been so tired. Do you like my hair? I took time to do my hair this morning. It's such a nice day. Right, I'll see you in a bit. That's another call done. Got one more left. Right, so another thing I just wanted to mention. Do you know some of you have been with me for 2 years? Actually over 2 years. Some of you have been with me since the start of my channel, day dot. And stayed with me even though my channel's turned out to be something else. It's turned into something you didn't sign up for, and you've still stayed with me. And I really appreciate that. I don't know what half of you, well, I don't know what any of you look like other than my friends that watch my YouTube channel and my family. But I don't know what you look like. But I do feel like I know some of you because we communicate a lot, we engage, and I love it. I love that. I have one subscriber who moved on Wednesday. She completed, went through with a sale and moved on Monday. And I have been thinking of her, and I hope when this goes out on Sunday, I hope everything's gone really well for you. Known as Solo Traveller, I hope things have gone really well. Let me know anyway and how you settled in. Hope the day went really smoothly. So I was thinking about you. I've had a couple of nights where I've not slept very well, but last night I had a good night's sleep, so I'm feeling a lot better, looking a lot brighter. So yeah, the comments thing, sorry, I want to talk about comments and the engagement. Are you engaging with me? So some of you signed up for when we started to move, and that was became a completely different channel. I used to, well, the whole channel idea when I started was I was turning 50. I was overweight. I wanted to lose that weight, and I wanted to hold myself accountable by doing it on YouTube. And it worked, and I lost quite a lot of weight. And then I put it back on. I've lost 6 pounds. I'm down 6 pounds now, so it is working. And I'm feeling so much better for it. I started to feel like my clothes weren't any different, but this morning I woke up and I felt my bra fit better. So it's almost like I maybe was holding on to a bit of water and it started to clear, but I feel a lot less bloated. So that's working. But anyway, yeah, my channel was all about turning 50 and the changes that you make and trying to get rid of habits and get into a new rhythm of things and health, and it just kind of evolved into something else once we started selling the apartment and coming here, and then of course getting involved in all these projects. But I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who has stayed with us, and those that, even the new ones who've come on board and are commenting and engaging. So the engagement part of it, it's not like we're saying, please talk to us. For one thing, a lot of the ideas that you've come up with, a lot of you have come up with, we've gone ahead with. They're brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and I really appreciate them. For another, a lot of you have got a good eye for design and are making some really good suggestions, and that is really helping me out because I am constantly overthinking everything, not wanting to make a mistake. And that's the other thing, is that actually we have made mistakes, and it's okay. It's okay if we make mistakes. It's okay if we do a little bit of a botch and have to redo something. At the end of the day, if I can't make that notice board work and I just can't live with it, I'll tell Mike and he'll plasterboard the wall flat and it'll just be a wall. That's it. I do want to see if I can make it work though first, if I make it pretty. So loads of ideas have come from you. But the other thing is, okay, so when you make a comment and when you engage with our channel, YouTube love it. So YouTube then promote the channel. So they push our videos out further to others to pull them in so that I gain more subscribers. And recently I reached 2,000 subscribers, which was a massive milestone for me. And I did celebrate a little bit. I did a little dance. You don't want to see that. And it was really good. And I reached something like 25,000 views as well. And it was really good. The whole point is that we want to grow the channel. If we grow the channel, and we do earn from it, it's not a lot, but we do. But if you imagine, and I'll be open and honest with you, so my February videos, I will get £120 for all of those videos in March. Now you might think, all of that work and all those videos for that? Well, I'm getting a week off soon and I'm thinking I might want to go to Scarborough and I might want to stay the night and see all my friends, and the hotel stay is £120. So if you think of it in that way, that you've got these few extra pennies coming in, or if I thought to myself, well, the expensive paint for Farrow and Ball is £80. Do I buy it or do I go for something cheaper? Well, buy it because I've earned a little bit from YouTube. You know, it's the way I think of it. But we do want to grow, and the more it grows, the more people engage, and the more they engage, the more that it grows again, and the more we earn, and the more we have pocket money. It's not a full-time income. It's nowhere near an income, but it is a nice little extra for what is something that we enjoy doing, and we hope that you enjoy as well. Most of you, you know, you seem to, you like to check in with us once a week, and that feels lovely. It really does, and very helpful as well. Right, next call. You got my next calls waiting for me. Right, all my calls are done. I'm just going to take Willow for a walk, and then I'll come back, get changed, and get back into it in the house. I just wanted to show you this. I got this from charity shop, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. You see little sparkly things on there. Hang on, a little bit of light on it. And butterflies. About 40. Ooh. I like it. I like a bargain and I like a scarf. I'm going to try it out anyway. It's Friday, so another noisy day in the house. Oh, you're doing all right. Look at that.
Well, it's kind of, that came up in a full sheet, so what I'm doing, so I've got me soak up really thin, so it takes the top bit off, just the laminate and then the ply below it, so I'm not cutting into the floorboards much. That's what goes in the mess. And then I'm getting my crowbar and hammer and a bit of jiggery pokery, because this goes under there. So I've cut there, and then I'll have to get to a different tool for that. But then I can put that down. Like that. And then slowly prise it off like that. That's just the laminate come off, which it tends to do, but then just pulls up. Anyway, I've got a cup of tea on the go, so I'll give you a shout. What I'm going to do is this half, and then move that here. Well, clean up, get rid of all these nails, hundreds of them, and then move that over, keep going. So, I'm obviously searching for the nails that are holding the plywood down. Two reasons really. One, I don't want us standing on them, particularly Willow. And the other thing is, when I come to put the new plywood down, I don't want anything stuck up and pushing the ply up, so that I won't get it level if I do that. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. So as you can see, I'm cutting through, avoiding that, which is the gas pipe to the new cooker. Anyway, cut through, prise them up, hopefully that'll come up as easy as the last ones did. We'll see. So a bit of a fight, but I won. That's basically what I'm going to be doing. So I'm now going to find all the nails, knock them in again, and repeat, repeat, repeat. Trying not to make a mess. So I've got the floor up, the laminate and the ply. I was very lucky that the ply wasn't glued to the floorboards. So it's taken me the morning to do a Friday morning. Got that to tidy up. So I've got this edge now, and I'm going to have to get me multi-tool out to cut along there. It shouldn't take much doing. And I suspect some people will be asking or thinking, why on earth didn't you take the floor up first? Well, you've got a good point. We didn't, because we were pontificating. We kept thinking it through. Will it stay? And eventually, I think it was yesterday, I just said, oh, we've got to take the floor up. Started it this morning, Friday morning, and there you go. I've knocked all the nails in, but the next thing to do is to give it a good hoover. And that will, one, get rid of the dust, and two, if I hear the hoover click on a nail, I can just hammer the nail in. Some I pulled out, some I knocked in. I don't know how many nails, 500-600 I guess, all in the ply down. So yeah, that's nearly done. I'll show you how I do that later. I'm going to get my lunch now. Okay. So that's basically how I'm doing that. I have to go all the way along the coast. Yep, still recording. I won't show you the same cut over and over. noisy machine, these multi-tools, but they're very good. That's what I'm doing, knocking the nails in at the same time. Nails a bit close to the edge there. I got it. Right, see you soon. So that's it all out now. Sweep up, hoover up. Me and Cheryl will check there's no nails sticking out. We've ordered the new ply, but that's not coming while the 13th of March. Oh, my sister's birthday. Anyway. That's that little job done. Hello, Willow. Where you going? Eh? Where you going?
Okay, so we've had a delivery today from storage. Basically, family have brought stuff from storage that we had in there from the flat from ages ago, and that's the bookcase, so we've no idea where that's gonna go. And we're unpacking. Well, this is all like this Christmas stuff, Christmas trees, some DIY stuff, some shelving. That hamper box is going to come up really handy, and all my sewing stuff and fabrics are all in here as well. And knitting stuff, and sort of stuff that we're collecting, ornaments and tins and kitchen things and pretty things. We've got a lot to go through to sort out. Thankfully we've got the skip, so if there is anything that we don't want or that's no good, can go straight in the skip. Right, we're cracking on.
There's that there, so that seems to be a mixed one.
It's Christmas nativity ornaments.
Oh, that's fabric.
It's all Christmas stuff. Christmas tree. They're all going in the fabric. Set that up.
Pictures. Oh, yeah, it's and some fabric at the bottom. It's that what we got from Greece.
Oh yeah, the dish.
There's a picture and then a load of fabric. So I'll take that out and that out, and that should. I think it's fabric. Is it fabric? Just check. Funny feeling it might be Willow's toys.
No, there's a bit of all sorts in there. Yeah. Sewing machine. Wool knitting, half knitted projects. I think my overlocker's in that hamper box. And that, I'll go up there, it'll look nice. Oh, there's my overlocker, so I've got that out. I'm going to test them, make sure that they're working, everything's working. just come across my old drawing book when I used to draw. That's a lady, belly dancer, burlesque belly dancer, and I had a photo of her, and I started drawing and I never finished it. Oh, there she is. And then that was my dad's. It used to be framed. That was his favourite, one of his favourite poems. Don't Quit. It's quite famous. Most of you probably know that. I've got a fridge magnet like that as well, so I kept that. And my son should be in here. There he is. So that's, gosh, I did that when he was, how old was he? I think he was 16, maybe 17 there. He was at college. That's when he had short hair. He's right down his back now. But yeah, I did that drawing of him. It looks like it's got all marked from the other drawings, so I'm going to have to tidy that up. But the intention was to frame that. So that's what I used to draw. I don't have time for it anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, that's my baby. Gosh, he's 26 now. Eesh. Oh, it's going to need a lot of tidying up. Look at that. It's all got smudged charcoal on it from the other drawing. Oh. Oh well. What I can fix it. I can fix it. I just want to fix it enough to put it in a frame and yeah. Mwah! I'd forgotten how much fabricy stuff and sewing stuff I had. So I'm going to have to go through it and be a little bit cruel with myself. I mean, there's always places that want scrap, unwanted fabric. So things like community centres that do crafts and all that type of thing, they always like some textiles and stuff. So it won't go to waste. I certainly wouldn't throw any of it. In Scarborough, I used to have a lady who used to collect my scraps, and she used to make all sorts, like dolls' clothes and all sorts of stuff, little mini cushions for dolls' houses. And anyway, somebody will always make use of it. I think I'm going to have to leave this for tomorrow now and sort it all out tomorrow. I'm feeling a little bit bedraggled. It's been one of those days. Thank you to Andy and Ryan, that's son-in-law and grandson, for doing what you did today, going to collect it and bringing it all here, and for a little bit of muscle helping with the skip. So yeah, anybody want to pop round and help me sort this out? I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in, but I'm just going to have to really sort through stuff and take some stuff to charity shop. There's the Knit and Natter. They'll take the wool, I'm sure they will, because they're the ones who do all of the you know, the post box toppers, those, they do all of those, so they'll appreciate any kind of donation of wool. Right, I'm starving. I think it's going to have to be a takeaway tonight. Too tired to start cooking. It is Saturday. I'm looking forward to today, actually. So I'm sorting out my room today. I'm going to go through all of this. And there's some things like, oh, anyone out there with any kind of hobby or interest, you know, that you tend to hoard things. Oh, what's going on with my fringe? Anyway, so there's some things, fabrics, that I'm just going to have to be a little bit mean with myself. You know, I haven't needed them, and some of them I can't think what I'm going to do with them. So there's always somebody who appreciates this type of thing. So what I'll do, I'll have a bag for charity, because I will have some stuff for charity, and I'll have a bag for anybody who's into the same types of crafts who wants to pick up scrap fabrics. Or I mean, some of them, there's quite a lot. I mean, there's tons of this stuff. You'd make all sorts out of that. It's jersey fabric. And somebody will, you know, someone will appreciate it and make something good out of it. So I'm going to do that today, and then I'm going to re-sort all of this and put everything where it should be. And again, I'm going to be really cruel, go through it. Anything that's going to charity, I'll bag up. I'm having thoughts about my shoe display because I just don't know when I'm going to wear those shoes again. I don't know. Some of them, I mean, those little flowery ones, I can't even wear them. I don't even know if I've ever worn them. I mean, they look pretty, but as I'm getting older, I have to be a little bit more practical about the space I've got and what I do. I could do with that storage space there. I could do with that, particularly for a lot of my sewing stuff. But I'll see how I get on, and if it comes to it and I have to get rid of the pretty shoes and put them away, I'm not saying give them to charity, maybe a couple of pair. But, well, we'll see how it goes. I'll see how I can, once I've got through all of this stuff and I know what space I've got, what space I haven't got. I mean, there's a big box up there and it's got a jigsaw puzzle in that jigsaw puzzle, and there's all sorts of other bits that can go to charity as well. So I'll get on with it. I think that's enough for this week. I do. So I'll catch up with you again next week. Again, thank you so much for supporting us and for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.